Uh-huh. I bought some tickets to go see Joker tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that should be fun. We're going to see Zombieland 2 tomorrow.
I don't
Oh
remember
yeah, that's
Zombieland
coming out.
1.
What?
Not too long. Oh,
We
wait.
watched it like our first night together in the duplex. Remember?
That's 5 years ago.
I don't care. It was memorable to me. My friend didn't know.
All right. Oh, I should bring up the news, I guess. We got like what, 4 stories?
I just added one, but yeah, there's like basically 4 stories, 5 maybe. I mean, the Overwatch stuff is kind of together, or Blizzard stuff is kind of together, I guess. And the Anthem story is kind of nothing.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Try Shot Gamescast. Each week, friends gather around, talk about the games they've been playing and things going on in their lives. Today, I have with me Justin.
Did you say each year?
I don't know. I don't know what I said.
I think you said each year. We put out a podcast once a year just for you. We put it out in small chunks.
Can you
every
believe it's
week.
been like nearly 3 years?
Yeah, that's awesome. Crazy. But oh, and we have Gimli.
For all you
Yeah.
video watchers out there.
Say hi. No. All right. He farted when I picked him up.
He's a very farty boy, isn't he?
He's extremely disgusting, but he's also very sweet.
Nice. So yeah, we're probably gonna have a really short podcast this week because there's not a whole lot of news, not a whole lot going on over here. So how about over there? What's going on over there?
I'm sore. So I'm gonna start right off with. Hold on. Please knocking everything off my desk. Get up.
Cats, or am I
You're
right?
obnoxious. He just flopped down like controllers, switch dock, everything. Just anyway. Yeah, I got Ringfit Adventure, and just kind of booted up a little bit to have a first look or first chat, I guess, for the show. I tried to like dabble in all the different aspects of it, but it's actually like it's quite a workout. So I didn't get to try everything as much as I wanted because I got tired after an hour or so. But starting off with the story mode, it's really weird for a fitness game to have a story mode, and it's just as hokey as it sounds. Like you are just out for a run, and you find this like ring that's like all tied up, and your first like exercise thing is to pull like the ring accessory you have, pull it for long enough to like break the chains around this ring thing in the game, and then an evil swole dragon guy like jumps out of him because I guess the ring had like imprisoned the dragon inside itself. And so with those bonds broken, the dragon's free, and he wants to like wreak havoc, I guess. His motivations aren't clear, but he definitely wants to work out a lot. He's really upset at the ring for imprisoning him because he's so out of shape now. And it's fun. Like, it's dumb, but it's fun.
I was expecting like him to make everybody fat or something.
No, I don't know what his motivations are. I think it's just to work out and be the strongest.
Okay.
I don't know. He seems to just be like running away from you in the ring and working out. Like even in the middle of battle, he won't act for a turn because he's too busy flexing. It's great.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But it reminds me like if Earthbound was a fitness RPG. But like, way less dense, obviously. But like the sense of humor is kind of that like meta
Like quirky,
style.
yeah.
Yeah. But the only thing that bothers me about it is and it's been in all the reviews and everything, so it's not a surprise, but there's only one voice acted character in the game, and it's the Ring. It's good voice acting, but you'd think at least like Drago, the small dragon, would also be voiced, so they could have like fun back and forth dialogue, because they're the two main characters that talk. But instead, like you get to read the fun, quirky dialogue from the dragon guy, but then he just kind of like growls with his voice clips. And that's it. It's like Zelda, So it's weird just to have like one voiced character talking to an unvoiced character. So you're not getting both sides of the dialogue, really. But that's kind of my only like nitpick about the story mode. It's actually a lot of fun. Basically, the whole goal is like you just run through these stages that are fairly on rails. You can you can pivot your body and like choose a different path, but like it's an auto runner and that you're not like directing your character except by turning your body while running. But you actually run to run. So you just kind of do a light jog, and you can like point your ring, which is like kind of your attack ring, at different objects, and you can push it in to shoot like a blast of air that will like break boxes to get like collectibles. It'll like kind of ruffle things where like hidden coins might be, that kind of thing. You can point it downward and push to jump, and if you hold the push in, you'll hover for as long as you hold it. I think it does end after a while, but you have to hold the ring together to do the hover. And you can pull the ring out to do something, and it's like a vacuum. You pull it out and like kind of hold it, and you can like suck in things around you. And because you're like basically always moving, I mean, I guess if you stop running, technically, your character would stop moving, but it's considered an auto runner. So like, it's actually like a lot of work to kind of move the ring around and like, shoot at all the different things around you and like suck in items. It's really easy to miss stuff. And then as you're running around, like I said, there's kind of some light platforming where you can you have to jump and hover over gaps or jump over obstacles and that kind of thing. But there's also enemies on the map. And when you run into the enemies, you go into like a turn-based battle system. But you attack with like reps of exercises. So like it actually starts out pretty basic, like kind of frustratingly basic, because at least all of my starter exercise attacks, I guess, have a 1-turn cooldown, and I only have 4 things, and one of them is squats, which I'm terrible at because I have bad knees. So I wanted to opt to like the kind of the overhead like shoulder strength exercise. We have to like push the ring in over your head to do the exercise.
Yeah, skull crusher.
Is that what it's called?
When you put a weight over your head and you go like that or whatever. But
No,
I know you're talking about that.
The ring in.
Yeah, pushing the ring in. But it's
this is a
kind of
very visual explanation. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like a skull crusher.
Okay, fair. And I always wanted to default to that one because I mean, somewhat it was the easiest, but it was all just kind of like over arm strength, which I could manage better than like dealing with my bad knees, or like sitting on the triceps. Floor. Yeah. And there's another one that's like chair pose. So you have to basically hold. Oh, the controller on the floor. You have to like hold kind of a sitting pose, and then do like a kind of arm squats. I guess is what I don't know what that's called, but move the ring like from over your head down to your chest, over and over. And I couldn't even get that to register. Like I guess the game really cares about posture because you've got kind of your leg strap with the one Joy-Con on it, and then the other Joy-Con in the ring.
Mm.
And so like it's actually really good. Like the gyroscopes in there are really good at sensing your posture and stuff. And I just could not get the chair pose right to be able to like, because you have to get the posture right, and then it'll count down 3, 2, 1, and then you do the thing. So the battles move kind of slow because like you're waiting for the posture, like the setup for the exercise every single attack, but it works. But I couldn't even get through the 3, 2, 1 on that one. It kept canceling out. So basically, my only moves were the like sit and push or something. I forget what it's called, but it's like you're sitting on the ground and like you kind of have your legs up in the air and you're like kind of kicking down almost.
Yeah.
Which doesn't use the ring, which is kind of weird. It's just like the leg strap. It senses your leg movements.
Mm-hmm.
And then that overhead, the skull crusher or whatever. So like I just kind of kept alternating between those two and occasionally throwing squats in there as I could manage them. But with only 4 attacks, I had to keep switching them out.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm excited to get more variety of the attacks, but there wasn't a lot of combat in the first few levels I played, so it wasn't too bad. You level up fairly regularly. It goes off of how well you battle, basically. So like the more power you get out, like the better you do the exercise, the more power you get out of it, and then the more experience you get for doing that exercise because you're rewarded for doing a good job. So if you kind of phone in the exercise, you're gonna be weak. It's gonna take you more reps to actually beat the guys, and you're gonna get less experience for each exercise. It's a pretty cool system, but I'm definitely curious how much deeper it gets because that's all I had. Like it was just the first world with a boss battle, but it never got more complicated than alternating between those 4 exercises. But you do it in reps, so it's like 10 reps per attack, kind of, and it like stacks the total damage with each rep. And after like the first 5, it speeds up. So you do kind of 5 like faster versions of that. So it gets you going. Like when battle kind of works out different parts of your body, and then you go back to the running and kind of pushing the ring in front of you in the adventure mode. Like it works your whole body just playing the adventure game, which is really cool because like yes, it's exercise, but it's exercise thinly veiled as an RPG. So like you're having fun and not necessarily noticing the exercise as much. So I really like that part. But honestly, like you could probably not even touch the adventure stuff. I don't think you'd get the value out of it because it is a bit more expensive than a regular game because of the accessories and stuff that come with it. But you could just play just do the exercise stuff and then the mini games, and those are really cool too. I didn't try all of them because it was like 7:30 when I switched over to the mini games, but I just kind of jumped into a few out of curiosity, and like probably my favorite one has you pushing and pulling the ring to bash robots in different areas. So like basically you have kind of a ring, like on the screen you have a ring, and so like as you tilt your ring, it tilts the ring on TV like in real time, and it's kind of a whack-a-mole situation where there's some on the outside of your ring and some on the inside of your ring.
Okay.
And so as the robots show up in different places, you have to tilt and push or pull to hit each robot. So you're constantly got it, just
cool.
trying to move it around and hit them all. And then it goes like super speed, and you got to boom, 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 boom. And it's really fun. Like that was definitely the highlight of those games. But there's a few slower ones. The only thing that sucks is like there's no multiplayer. You'd think like if someone else has their own copy and like their own ring, you could go like head to head. But everything's single player. Yeah. So I mean, you could technically like trade off, do kind of like like can you beat my score and then pass over the ring, but it's not the same. Because that's one especially where like it'd be really cool to go head to head.
Yeah.
But there's a few others. Like there's one that has you actually putting the ring between your thighs, and so you're still kind of pushing it in, but like you're getting the thigh exercise instead, and you use that like you're at a buggy. And when you push it in, you jump. So you're kind of like on a racing course, trying to jump and like collect coins over pits and things like that. And it's the same controls as the adventure game. You hold it to hover, just push it in and come back to just jump. But it's very precise because there's bombs and things around there. And so, like, you really do have to push it in and let go, or you'll start hovering, and you'll miss a crucial quick jump. That one was okay. I liked that it mixed up the type of exercises because a lot of them use your hands, and it gets tiring on your arms. That's one of the few that's like actually putting the ring with your legs.
Mm.
And then there's one that was kind of a cool like rock climbing type thing, where you push the ring in and hold it to get power and like kind of set your trajectory, and then you release and like launch upward and grab a peg. And like you don't like change your direction or anything. You always go straight up. You're just changing the power, but it's kind of a timing thing where you release at a certain point because there's like kind of sliding platforms that you're grabbing pegs on, and then it kind of moves you across. It's like the Donkey Kong Barrel Blast type stuff, but exercise form. So you let go at the right time to shoot up and grab the coins, like instead of aiming a barrel to hit bananas. Same concept though. And then there's another really cool one that had you balancing. So like basically the direction you tilt the ring moves like kind of a balance bar, up or down on each side. So like, obviously if you tilt it left, it'll like tilt the left side down, right side up, and vice versa. And you're just kind of trying to like avoid bombs and collect coins at the top or bottom or middle as you go. But while you're doing that, you have to actually like keep your pace and walk. So it's kind of tricky because like, you're moving your legs while also trying to shift your body side to side to get to pick up the things and not get hit by bombs. That's probably my second favorite one, but it moves quite a bit slower. It wasn't like the intense like whack-a-mole type thing, but it was just a really satisfying game. Not much of an exercise. Like you're supposed to, you push it against your abs on that one, so like you're actually tilting your body with the ring, but it never felt like you have to, push to the point of like actually stretching anything. But I was also playing on novice. I'm sure it gets harder. I did everything on novice because I'm out of shape. After the first level, which is like a 2-minute exercise, I was like, ooh, oh boy.
Yeah.
But you got to get past that initial, and then like your body just gets used to it. So I kept going.
Yeah.
And got through the first boss world, whatever. But yeah, overall, it's a really cool game. Like I'm excited to play more of it. I'm gonna show it to my mom in the morning because she was kind of wanting to maybe get a Switch, like for Mario Kart and stuff. And when she had her Wii, she got hard into like Wii Fit and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think this is the kind of thing she would actually really enjoy on the Switch. But I like it like as much as I was expecting to. I'll say that. It doesn't blow me away yet, but it's exactly what I was wanting, like making exercise fun. And it like succeeds with that in spades. There's also like you can just do regular exercises, like reps of different exercises. And you can set your own like workout routines, like by kind of combining different sets of exercises into your own like however long workout. But I didn't really play around with that stuff too much. I did one strength one that had you push again the ring as much as you could in like 20 seconds, just because that sounded like fun, and you're just like. But that was just kind of out of curiosity to see if I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just squeaked by with an A, so I'll take it.
Nice.
But aside from that, I haven't played too much. I actually ran through all of Metroid Fusion. I kind of went hard into a Metroid hole in the last week. I found a few new YouTube people that I wanted to watch, and they did like a bunch of like retrospectives of the Metroid series. It's like each game in order, kind of following the lore and stuff like that. And it just reminded me how much I missed that series. And so I came up with an idea for, because like watching all this stuff, they talk about some of the like their opinions on Metroid lore and things like that. and it got me thinking about like what I would actually want from like a true like Metroid Fusion sequel, because I've wanted that forever, like an actual Metroid 5 game, and like what they could do with kind of the new status quo of like a biological suit and like running from the Federation and all of this new stuff that Fusion set up. And so I just started writing that out, and like I need to kind of edit it down, make sure it all like flows nicely, but I want to put out kind of a different type of video on like my pitch for a Metroid sequel, and it's a lot of fun.
That sounds cool, man.
But I was playing through the whole game to get footage and stuff for that, and just kind of help organize my thoughts. Because watching those videos, like they show a lot of the key plot points and stuff, but I wanted to see like how it all actually flows, so it can help me process my my views. And that game's still real good. There's some super frustrating points, and I can't believe I beat it like on an actual Game Boy Advance, because like you get so used to having regular save points in that game, because it's a handheld game. They want to make sure you can save regularly and quit.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's some ridiculous points where, like, for example, the first time you actually go like toe to toe with the SAX, like you can't hide from her or anything. You just have to run and escape. It's not a very long section, but you have to basically keep going from the save point through that, and then like you don't get another save point until like after, a few screens. But long enough to where like if you die stupidly, you have to go through that section of getting past her again. And I could not imagine doing that without save states. Because I like save stated immediately after I got past her the first time. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. And then I did actually die because I had like no health by the time I got through her. And the enemies don't drop much. It's a hard game. Like I forgot. It's actually probably one of the hardest Metroid games since the original. And then like the nightmare fight, it's ridiculous. And like there's a save point before it, but like I save stated after like the first phase of him, so I wouldn't have to do all that stuff again every time I died. So like little things like that. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but still really satisfying, and probably one of my favorite Metroid games. And then that's mostly it. I played a little bit more Battlefront 2. I lowered the difficulty, like you said, just to enjoy the story and stuff. And I got a little bit further, but like there's absolutely no cover system in that game.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's no cover system.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no cover system.
Well, I don't even mean like Gears of War type cover system where you can actually like duck behind things and like shoot out from behind them. Right. I just mean like I was like hidden underneath like a downed ship part, and beam weapons were just coming through, like clipping through the object.
Yeah, that's a glitch. That shouldn't happen.
Because like I was trying to kind of be stealthy and like pick them off from my safety point,
right?
But I kept getting hurt. I was like, I see it coming through the geometry and killing me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, nope, I'm done. Like I can't. That's kind of thing where it's like, if you build your level design where there should be places to hide, because there's no other way to avoid hits. Like you can't just like zip around in circles or whatever. Mm-hmm. When there's no other way to avoid enemy fire, it's just bad game design, which sucks because it's actually really fun to play. But
well, it sounds like there's ways to avoid hits. It just wasn't working.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. That kind of thing ruins it for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Like it breaks the immersion. But I am still really excited for the new game next month.
Fallen Order?
Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Looks pretty great.
Because I'm doing my Metroid video next month instead of Zelda month. I already decided that. But because there's no Zelda games or anything coming out. There's nothing to time it with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do an arbitrary video. I might as well do it on something I'm passionate about, But I was really close to like trying to figure out something to do like a Star Wars month, because there's a new show on Disney Plus, there's a new game, and there's a new movie, which I think might be December, but close enough.
Yep.
But there's like none of there's in the past there's been like big Star Wars game sales and things like that. None of that right now. The closest I could find was like I think the Jedi Knight games for like $10 together.
That
Which
seems a bit
fine.
much.
Yeah. But I've missed so many Star Wars games. So like it'd be kind of fun to do like a retrospective on the different Star Wars games out there that people have kind of forgotten to time and replay some of the ones that I missed. Because like I played the first Rogue Squadron on PC, a little bit of Force Unleashed, the Lego Star Wars games, a smidge of the Old Republic, like the MMO,
Yeah.
and well, Battlefront 2 now. There's one more I can't remember. It was like kind of an old one.
It's not the Dark Forces series.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I had it on my PlayStation video. Jedi Power Battles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I guess technically the pod racing game, but it was just like at a kiosk, like a demo kiosk at Walmart. The N64 one, you know.
I played that on PC.
Oh, fair. It was probably better on PC.
It was.
Yeah, because I remember that game actually being pretty cool.
Yeah,
like, that's
it
one of the ones I
was.
wanted to replay.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
But like, there was an era of like solid Star Wars games, but no one played them, and they've been mostly forgotten.
Did you ever play Episode 1?
The actual Episode 1 game?
Yeah.
No, a little bit, because when I was trying to find, like, I thought I had played that one as a kid, but then I found Jedi Power Battles and I was like, oh wait, no, this is it.
Yeah. I played both of those.
Episode 1 wasn't good.
Episode 1, I'm not going to say it's good, but I liked it when I was a kid.
I mean, that's true of Jedi Power Battles too, to be fair.
I haven't replayed that yet, so...
Don't. I remember it having such good lightsaber combat. And, I mean, that's the most redeeming thing about it, but it's still not good.
I also played like a Star Wars like Episode 2 or 3 fighting game on the PS2.
I think I know what you're talking about. I never played it, but I remember that being a thing.
It wasn't
See,
good.
there's so many.
Yeah,
Like
there's a lot.
one of these days, I will do like just a Star Wars retrospective when all of them go on sale. But I don't know when that'll be, because I did some research on it, and apparently there was like every Star Wars game ever on sale for like $40 or something like that. It's like May, July, sometime this summer.
Yeah,
I missed it.
I bought that thing like a few years ago when they had their sale back then.
Mm-hmm.
Got all the Star Wars games. I wanted to play through all the Star Wars like X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But that doesn't have like, it's not really playable in the current day.
Oh, is it one of those games that like was built for like
Multiplayer?
games? Oh, I thought it was like games for Windows, and so it doesn't work anymore.
No, it's like built for multiplayer. So you need. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Gotcha. But yeah, now like they still have that bundle of all the Star Wars games. It's just $100,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean,
Yeah.
maybe if I made money on YouTube, it would be worth it. But
Right.
I don't, so I'll wait for a sale. It's fine.
Yep.
But yeah, I was really excited to do a Star Wars month just to cash in on the hype. Maybe get me over that hump to 1,000, you know. But oh well. But yeah, that tangent aside, I think that's pretty much all I played. I mostly just wanted to talk about Ring Fit Adventure. I was super excited for that.
Right. Yeah, so I haven't played anything other than Destiny 2 over the past weekend, just trying to finish off that raid and get the raid jacket, which I finally got.
Whoop.
And I bought it, and it'll probably come in the mail in like 5 months or something. Because it always takes
Wait, you have to buy it?
Yes, you have to buy it.
What?
Yes.
So, getting the raid stuff earns you the ability to buy it.
Right. Just see Justin's face. Like, if you're listening, just see Justin's face. It's hilarious.
I'm just processing.
Yeah, so I bought the jacket. It's coming in like 5 months.
I think that's what they call a macro transaction.
Yeah, so other than that, I played some Spyro over the weekend, just like
Yeah.
30 minutes or so, and like I played the first level. It's like the one in the castle, or like near the castle in the outside area, where you have a bunch of sheep that you tackle. There's like a
Yeah.
well, and it's like super easy and like just relaxing to play. Like there's not a whole lot of challenge to it, so
Hmm.
I know you said it gets a little bit more difficult later on, so I'm interested to see what that's like. But
It's a progressive scale. You know,
Yeah.
like it never gets super hard, but it's a satisfying scale up.
yeah, so yeah, I don't have any problems with it. I wish Ben was here so like I could hash it out with you again. um, but yeah, I might play some more of that. Who knows? Yeah, I haven't played anything else though. It's just been Destiny, and I worked out, and I'm going back to the gym, working out, doing those bicep and back exercises.
Yeah. Who needs a gym when you have a ring?
Right? I'm jealous of your ring.
I work out in the ring.
Oh no. All right, let's move on into the news then. Just a quick follow up from Blizzard in China from last week. So this Nintendo stuff came out, I think after we recorded, right? Or maybe it was a couple days before.
Yeah.
No, it was a
all
couple-
came out like just a
Yeah.
few days ago.
Yeah, just a few days ago. So, Nintendo was gonna hold a New York City event for Overwatch.
Like the release of Overwatch.
For the Switch. For Blizzard's launch event celebrating Overwatch Legendary Edition. First 100, so they had something where first 150 fans signed up to get to meet the voice actors of Overwatch. But their follow-up to that was, please be aware that the previously announced Overwatch launch event scheduled for Wednesday, October 16th at Nintendo New York City has been canceled by Blizzard. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. So their Nintendo store in New York, the event that was being held there was canceled by Blizzard.
2 days before it was supposed to happen,
Right.
specifically.
So that's wild.
Yeah. There was another one too that like another Blizzard event that was canceled, and I can't remember what it was. It was at like a convention or something. I saw it today.
Wait, they canceled BlizzCon?
No,
Oh,
it was like a Blizzard appearance at a convention.
okay.
Uh,
Because BlizzCon is in like 2 weeks. So it's going to be an interesting...
it might have been something at BlizzCon that was canceled.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Yeah, because BlizzCon's in 2 weeks, and I'm like, it's going to be a very interesting time, like an interesting event to see what's going to happen there. Are people going to like protest it, or people just not going to go? Or at the Q&As, are they all just, everyone's just going to ask about China and the player, Blitzchung?
Oh, and Nintendo's offering refunds for Overwatch on Switch.
Ooh.
Also.
That sounds
I mean, that's a respectable thing to do as a as a company not involved in the drama.
right.
Like if people pre-order the game and then like all this happens, yeah, I don't blame them for playing that way.
Mm-hmm.
All I can find is the Overwatch one.
Okay.
I didn't actually read the other story. I just saw that it was a thing, so I don't remember.
Okay.
But it's probably not that important.
So today, United States Senator Ron Wyden and Marco Rubio signed a bipartisan letter with support from the representatives of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Mike Gallagher and Tom Milanowski. Addressed to Bobby Kotick, CEO of Activision Blizzard, over the recent suspension of professional Hearthstone player Chung Blitzchung Ningwai. We write to express our deep concern about Activision Blizzard's decision to make player Ningwai Chung forfeit prize money and ban him from participating in tournaments for a year after he voiced his support for pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. The letter reads, decision is particularly concerning in light of the Chinese government growing appetite for pressuring American businesses to help stifle free speech. So this is written before they knew about the some of the stuff Blizzard walked back. They did like a half step back where they paid back his winnings and only suspended him for half a year. But still, this letter was still sent.
They did still make him forfeit the money, though. Even though they went back on it, that was still their decision.
Yeah, they gave him
That's
back.
not wrong, technically.
No, you're not. It's not. It's just it was written before
Yeah.
Blizzard statement came out. That's all. Yeah, it's just wild to see this like happen in like actual politics coming out, like United States politics coming out and like talking to the gaming.
Well, I mean, there's like China's a major problem right now. Like outside of just the gaming stuff, there's a lot of issues. Like there's the like banning South Park and not letting them show Once Upon a Time in Hollywood over there. Like there's major censorship and like stifling of rights in media over there. I mean, obviously there's like actual human rights issues too, but I'm just saying like it's not just video games. So it's something they have to speak up about.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the latest update on China. If there's going to be some more news, we'll probably report on it. So Anthem has a Halloween event called Season of Skulls. That game is still getting content for some reason. I don't know why they're trying. So new Season of Skulls marks the end of the game's first Cataclysm event and beginning of a new season. During Season of Skulls, players will find a newly redecorated fort, new activities to participate in out in Anthem's open world, arenas in which you can find game modes menu, challenge players to compete against increasingly tough waves of enemies, new anomalies themed around Anthem's Freelancer, Arcanist, and Sentinel factions. You'll have to slug your way through more enemies here, eventually confronting a powerful boss. So you just added like a horde mode.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. This is nothing.
Your new season, here's just have
They
horde.
decorated the fort and added a horde mode.
There you go. Don't you enjoy your new season? All this
And
content.
new activities.
All this new
Like-
content. I don't know why they're trying it anymore.
Right. I'm sure the 3 people still playing Anthem together are really happy about this, but no one else cares.
I don't
They
know.
need to do, like, honestly, Destiny 2, like, didn't need to go free to play, but because it did, it, like, rejuvenated life into it. What Anthem should do is scrap their current plans and put out like a larger update. Like, take these few months to figure out what to do. I think I've said this before, but take the next few months to kind of like let things settle. Like, don't really work on anything too much, but spend time on the back end, like retooling the whole game, doing like a what was the first Destiny, like the Forsaken King, Taken King, the
Taken King, yes.
Yeah, do like a Taken King that brings all new stuff into Anthem, and make that free to play.
I love that you just combine like the first 2 like big like Destiny 2's big expansion and Destiny 1's big expansion.
Yeah, the Forsaken
King. That's pretty good.
That's what they should call it, Anthem: The Forsaken King.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the game is super derivative, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
But I think what they need right now is a player base.
Yeah.
They can make money through other means, but if no one's playing it, it doesn't matter what they put in the game.
Yeah. The economy is still like terrible. Last time I played, like it takes forever to get gold or coins or whatever, and that's the only stuff that you can use to buy cosmetics for your guy. So you're barely ever changing the way your guy looks. Like it always looks like the guy that I have now looks the same as the guy I had before when I first played.
Yeah, so introduce a new paid currency just for cosmetics, make it free to play, boom.
No, but just like retool the economy so that you can just like earn stuff by playing the game, not like microtransactions. That's the problem that they have now. But that stuff, anyways, that's just like a
Oh,
whole
so
other.
you can buy
that's-
them?
Yeah, you can. That's like a whole
Okay.
other separate issue. But that's just like one gripe I have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a mess.
it is.
And
yes.
other games have been at least fixed temporarily by going free to play. I see that being inevitable at this point. They just need to do it sooner rather than later. Because Destiny 2 is crushing it. And at this point, it's almost too late for Anthem to go free to play because they'd have to be able to compete with Destiny 2. But I think that would at least help.
Another thing that's not doing so hot, Stadia. It's not even out yet.
Yeah, no one cares already.
Stadia doesn't support mobile networks. Wireless controller isn't actually wireless. So Wi-Fi will be the only way you can use Stadia at launch, and unless you have a Chromecast Ultra for your TV, the controller won't be wireless. The more small print that gets revealed from Google Stadia, the more it seems like it's being rushed out before it's ready. First is that Stadia's wireless controller is only actually wireless used via Chromecast Ultra dongle for your TV. For anything else, you'll have to plug it in using a USB-C cable. So like just using it on a browser, you'd have to plug it in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which, like, their whole like launch presentation when they showed it jumping from thing to thing to thing, the whole appeal of that was literally like you just go on to the next thing, like hit a button to sync it, and you're in the game. So that was apparently a lie, because that's not how it works. You have to plug in a thing
Surprise,
to it.
surprise.
Yeah. So like I even if I cared about Stadia, I can't trust it after them specifically like the closer they get to launch, the more things they showed at their first presentation turn out to be a lie.
So if you intend to use Stadia for PC or phone or tablet, you'll have to have it plugged in. Yeah, so yeah, you said they demonstrated that. Another problem is that all of a sudden Google are saying to use Stadia you'll need to have a proper Wi-Fi connection, and that it won't work on a standard mobile network.
Which they never said it'll work on mobile, to be fair.
I never.
But
yeah.
Everyone assumed, which I mean I did too, to be fair, because all it said was you need a reliable internet connection. It was never stated it has to be a wireless, like a Wi-Fi setup. And if you have good mobile data, theoretically it should still work. But apparently it doesn't. They did say this is only at launch, and that it's possible there could be, mobile data support later. But like my main appeal to it, like obviously using the free version because I'm not going to pay for this thing, was to be able to like pick up PC games, like free things like Destiny, be able to pick them up on my phone at work, like during downtime or whatever.
Oh shit!
And
you're right.
And just play that way. But if you need to be on Wi-Fi, I can't do that. We don't have Wi-Fi.
I have Wi-Fi at work. I don't know if it's any good though. So.
Probably not. So like basically the key way to use this is on a TV wirelessly to a Chromecast Ultra, which is not the Play Anywhere gimmick that they have been advertising since the beginning.
Yeah. That's like, and that's not even mentioning that everyone has a data cap for their phone, right?
I have unlimited. I mean, there's a 4G data cap, but the internet doesn't go away.
Yeah, but then you're down to like what 512 kps. I doubt you can use Stadia on
sure.
that. Yeah. Just saying, man. Like, it's gonna take up a lot of data if you're playing games. Yeah.
You're right.
We don't have the infrastructure for this at the moment.
No. But yeah, basically Stadia's dumb. And it's dead in the water before it's even out. Like, every new bit of information that comes out about it makes it sound worse than it did before. Maybe that's just me being cynical, but
yeah.
I was excited for it at first. Remember when they first announced it? I was hyping it up.
Yeah. Yeah, the more I learn about it, the more I'm just like, oh, this is not gonna work. I just don't see it happening. Like we straight up just don't have the infrastructure for the way they want it to work,
Hmm.
and they should have working on that first instead of putting this out. Like at least helping like with telecoms to like get their internet speeds going. I don't know.
It's weird.
So yeah, you posted this Twitter thread in our Discord about Capcom wanting to revive some old projects, games, old
IPs.
IPs. That's the word I was looking for. So the creator of Okami tweeted out, Okami is going to be back. We want to make Okami sequel, and fans are looking forward to it. You guys want to see Kamiya Okami again, right, everyone? I want to work on it too.
So this doesn't, to me, like the way I think that this is probably like translated to English
Yeah.
because it sounds like Okami is going to be back, as in like we are working on a sequel, but then it says we want to make an Okami sequel. I want to work on it too, like implying that hey, let's get support to make Okami.
Right.
So they're not announcing a sequel. But then all of the news stories are saying Okami 2 announced, which I'm sure is clickbait, but still.
They're just lifting from this tweet.
Yeah, like it's super vague what this actually means.
Yeah, you're right. It does have two different tenses in it.
Yeah. So I don't know, like I need to see, I mean, I need someone to better translate the original, like Japanese that this was probably written in before, like they just decided to translate it themselves. But I feel like they're just garnering support for an Okami sequel right now.
Yeah.
Because Capcom is reviving IPs. So like, hey, Okami's one of your IPs. You should revive that. But it's not actively in development or anything.
Yeah.
Plus, Okami got a sequel. Just saying.
It was for the
No one
DS,
played it.
right?
Yeah. It was good, and no one played it. So they don't deserve an Okami 3.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Okami, but
They would need to beat it up.
yeah,
Like, Okami is a series that hasn't aged well, and it's not even that old. But I like the idea of it.
yeah, it was unique. Like, I'll give it
Yeah.
that. Yeah, for sure,
And I think they could modernize it.
for sure.
Because the problem is, it was like really one game. Like I joked that there was a sequel, but it didn't really pick up, and it could easily be like kind of written out.
Yeah,
But also it was good. Go play it. But like the original Okami was a PS2/Wii game that's just continually been released over the past like 15 years. No, yeah, 15 years.
Jesus.
I hate math. Math hurts. That was one thing when I was playing through Fusion. I was like, it's been 17 years since Fusion came out. And like I vividly remember playing it on the Game Boy Advance at launch. Anyway, yeah, like Okami is not a modern game by any means. They just keep re-releasing it and people still love it, so they play it. But I like to see what a modern Okami could look like.
Yeah. This guy has also worked on Bayonetta, Evil Within, and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, he's great. And the girl isn't the one that showed up at E3 and got all the fame, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen the video.
Okami is.
Or was it E3?
Yeah.
Is this like the same presentation with Keanu?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just don't know if
I
it's
think
the same person.
I don't either. Okay. So I was gonna say she's great too, and whatever she was working on was like canceled or she left or something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is her. But
Something else that's great, Fortnite. Well, that could be debatable, but the Fortnite
yeah,
publicity stunt that they pulled was pretty good.
it is.
So earlier this week, the entirety of Fortnite went dark. On Sunday evening, a record-breaking 6 million viewers leapt online via streaming platforms such as Twitch and YouTube to witness the end of a virtual world in which many had spent countless hours. No one saw it coming, despite the aptly titled in-game event, The End, that the Fortnite social media channels and in-game siren apparently herald. The end had players thinking the event, whatever it entailed, would simply conclude with the introduction of Fortnite Season 11. Actually happened was more than just a cheeky way to end its 10th iteration of different rewards. We're at the beginning of a new era for the game. The event already captured players' imaginations. Fortnite Chapter 2. Attempting to log into Fortnite sent players to a blank screen resembling a black hole. There was no option to jump into any playlist, no way to access player accounts. The game seemed to have vanished into thin air. That prompted a frenzy on social media. Official Fortnite social media accounts offered no solace to the millions of users who wanted to know what happened in the place of any helpful updates or guideposts as to what to expect. Spec next. There was a pinned tweet with a live feed of the black hole that had replaced the game. Not even Fortnite icon remained. Even Fortnite's Instagram account has been given a blowout of a makeover with nothing but empty black images and video of Sunday's black hole event. As players waited patiently, Epic Games remained mired in a coy, deliberate pattern of silence until Tuesday. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool publicity stuff that they pulled, and
Yeah.
it gained actual interest from lapsed fans because I play with some people that used to play Fortnite, and now they're like, oh yeah, it's great, it's back to the way it how good it was before, so it's pretty cool. They're getting people that left to come back.
Yeah, they have I don't know if it's started yet, but they did show the trailer for the version 2 or whatever it's called with all the new features and stuff. Have you seen any of that?
No, I haven't. They came back.
Because I didn't care to look,
Yeah.
but I know there's a bunch of new stuff.
I thought it was cool. It wasn't cool enough for me to install it.
Right. I mean, I really only care about the publicity stunt. That was cool. Actually turning your game off for a few days is super ballsy for one of the the biggest games in the world right now. And I think honestly that's why a lot of people started joining Destiny 2 over the weekend. But I didn't care enough when they rebooted the game and oh, here it's back with a new map and stuff. I stopped caring at that point because the publicity stunt was over. But I don't know if you'd seen anything.
No, I haven't seen anything. All I know is that there's a new map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also brought a bunch of new features, apparently.
Yeah.
So check that stuff out if you care. We don't. We can't do it all for you.
Right. I have so much Destiny to play.
And I gotta get swole and save the world.
And you also have your Nintendo games.
That's what I said.
Right. So that's our last news story for the week. Let me see if I have any tweets, questions. No questions today. So Justin, where can people find you?
You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch and Mixer, technically. I'll stream whenever my internet stops sucking.
And
That's about it.
And you can find me, your host, Thomas, on Twitter. CSU Thomas on Twitter. You can email me, thomas@charshot.com. You can join our Discords. We have one for the website, one for the wrestling Discord, and we have one for our clan Discord. So you can come in there. And we're also on Spotify, charshot.com for all your good stuff. And until then, guys, enjoy your games and have a good night.
Bye.